All right, guys, welcome to Entrepreneurship 1.03 and 1.04 notes. So 1.03's objective is to identify sources of business startup information. So these are sources that you can go to help you get your business started or receive financial help as well. The first part is to explain the value of obtaining startup information. Obtaining startup information will help develop a roadmap or blueprint for your business and your potential success. Startup information can help answer who, what, why, how, and when. Developing a plan of action is the first step. Always planning a goal is going to be your first step. Startup questions. Consider whether or not your product or service meets the needs of your target market. Who is going to purchase your product or service? Are there already products or services which your customer base would purchase if you offered them? Is anyone else producing your product or offering a similar service? Look at the industry. Is it a growth industry or is it in decline? Look at pricing locally and nationally. Are you able to price competitively? More information to consider. Is it necessary that you have a license, that it might be required in order for you to operate your business? What would be the cost of advertising and supplies? And how much would your payment of taxes be? Those are just some articles that you refer to later on in this lesson as we go throughout the week. Government sources of information. So there's several sources that are available to you for help. The Small Business Administration, or the SBA, I've mentioned to you before. That is where you can go. Actually, they can help you write a business plan. They can help you get small business loans. Service Corps of Retired Executives, also known as SCORE. This business, of course, is what it says here. So this is retired military. Small Business Institute, a Department of Development, the U.S. Department of Commerce, Federal Trade Commission, Internal Revenue Service, Small Business Development Center, the State Department of Labor, Workers' Compensation Board. So these things, the Federal Trade Commission, do your research to see if your product is going to be legal for you to actually sell. The Internal Revenue Service will give you tax information that you'll be looking for on a new business or owning a small business. And the Small Business Development Center, again, will help you write out a business plan, help you sit down and start a goal. They can answer a lot of your questions for you. The State Department of Labor, there is one here in Raleigh too. So this is what you refer to regarding labor laws and other things that will be similar to you hiring individuals as your employees. And of course, workers' compensation, that is if your employees have to be compensated for being like hurt on the job or something like that. Online sources. All of the previous sources can be found online as well. So one of the examples that they're given here is the Service Corps of Retired Executives. They give you the website for that. And of course, there will be no charge. If you are considering creating an internet-based business, Secrets to Their Success is a website with helpful interviews and case studies from which you can learn from other small business successes. And then these are the websites for those online resources that we mentioned earlier. Some of them is the SBA, businessfinance.com, entrepreneur.com, inc.com, incorporated, morebusiness.com, zeromillion.com, and CrowdSpring. Probably shouldn't have done that because my computer's so slow. Professional services that provide assistance. Of course, you can contact an attorney. They can do the research for you to see if you're, like for instance, your name is already taken. They can help you with copyright information and provide advice for you for opening a small business. An accountant, of course, an accountant. We talked about outsourcing an accountant so they can handle they can do payroll, they can help you with your taxes, and those type things. Insurance agents, of course, if you're going to have a building or something like that, your insurance agent can help you provide insurance for the building, health insurance for employees if you had it, all of those types of things that might involve any types of insurance. Trade associations or professional organizations that provide information. The benefits of being involved with a professional organization are limited only by the individual member. You have the Entrepreneurs Organization, also known as EO. You have the American Marketing Association, the Professional Beauty Association, which you know will be, if you look at the name, that's for people who are opening a salon or a massage, a spa. The American Culinary Federation, that was going into culinary arts. International Fitness Professionals Association, LinkedIn, entrepreneur meetup groups or groups in your industry, Toastmasters, women business owners groups, minority groups, and then there's an article also that we'll be referring to later on that'll give you more information on trade associations and professional organizations. 1.03 Part 2, acquire information to guide business decision making. Describes sources of assistance available to entrepreneurs, so we're still going into these sources. The importance of seeking assistance is that most entrepreneurs do not possess all skills and knowledge necessary to run a successful business. So no matter how much you think you know, you need to seek assistance when you start doing what you plan on doing if you're going to make a success out of it. Many forms of support and assistance are available to entrepreneurs from government agencies and private professionals. Federal resources. Again, the Small Business Administration is on a federal level as well as a local level. Service Corps of Retired Executives is also federal. And then the Small Business Institute, SBI, is a federal resource that you can refer to when you start doing research. The American Jobs Values, the U.S. Department of Commerce, the Federal Trade Commission, and again, the Internal Revenue Service. The Small Business Administration promotes small business development. It helps businesses secure government contracts and provide assistance and advice on how small businesses can increase revenues and projects. The Service Corps of Retired Executives, SCORE, a volunteer organization in which retired business executives share their business experience with small business owners. And then the Small Business Institute is a free counseling services provided by student teams at many colleges. I know North Carolina State University is good for that. They have a very good entrepreneurship program within their in one of their departments. Federal and state resources, again, Small Business Development Center. And these are just some in different states. The Small Business Development Center is funded by the federal government and state governments. They're usually located in colleges and universities, and these centers provide counseling and management assistance to small businesses. State resources. The Department of Development, also known as the DOD. The Workers' Compensation Board. The State Department of Labor. So they repeated each one of them, just saying, instead of just saying that they are both on the federal and state level, they separated it. So let's go back to this. The State Department of Agriculture and Consumer Protection Division, and then you have the Office of the Secretary of State here in North Carolina. That is where you will get your look to see if you need any licenses, and then you get the applications to become incorporated for your business. The State Department of Agriculture and the State Sales and Use Tax Division. The Department of Development. Each state has a DOD. This agency administers federal community development programs. It provides assistance to small and developing businesses through a small business division and minority business development division. The Workers' Compensation Board. All business owners who employ workers are required to provide insurance that gives employees or their survivors benefits in the event of work-related injuries or deaths. This board works with employers to provide this insurance at reasonable cost. The State Department of Agriculture and Consumer Protection. This agency issues permits for businesses involved in the processing, handling, storage, or distribution of food products. It also issues permits for public interest businesses such as daycare agencies, daycare centers, schools, financial institutions, and employment agencies. The state sales and use tax division. This agency issues identification numbers to retail businesses that collect and remit sales taxes. It also provides instructions for collecting, reporting, and remitting sales tax to the state. The State Department of Labor. This agency provides businesses with information regarding employee responsibilities in relation to unemployment insurance. The Office of the Secretary of State provides general business information in addition to information and forms used for incorporation. It also provides forms used to register state trademarks and business names. Local and community resources. Again, at the local level, you have the Chamber of Commerce, and these just give different areas where you can find the Chamber of Commerce. You have colleges, universities, and technical schools. You have licensing and permit offices. You have county health departments, county extension services. The Chamber of Commerce, the purpose of these organizations is to stimulate local economic growth. They provide information about the local economy, business trends, and business needs of the community. The colleges, universities, and technical schools offer educational training and research support. We talked about training that you can receive as an entrepreneur. Just depends on what industry you're going into. Licensing and permit offices. These offices help and support when obtaining business licenses. County health departments. These departments will provide information on local health and safety regulations. County extension services. These agencies are good resources for agricultural businesses. Professional services. Again, you have attorneys, insurance agencies, accountants. Attorneys make sure that business owners follow the proper procedures in all legal aspects of the business operation. They provide important information about the owner's rights, the best legal structure, which can be a sole proprietorship, a corporation, and so on. Protecting assets, preventing legal action, obtaining patents and trademarks, and tax and business legislation. Accountants. Accountants assist business owners in designing and maintaining bookkeeping systems. They also provide planning and management advice and make recommendations on how to minimize tax liability. And insurance agents inform business owners of insurance requirements and regulations. They help business owners determine how to obtain adequate insurance coverage at the lowest cost. And going into 1.04, we're going to talk about writing internal and external business correspondence to convey and obtain your information effectively. Inquiries are examination into facts or principles research, or it is also a request for information. Or the third definition can be a systematic investigation, often of a matter of public interest. When they're written, occasions when they are written, to ask for more information concerning a product, service, or other information about a product or service that interests you. Letters are often written in response to an advertisement that we have seen in the paper, a magazine, a commercial on television, when we're interested in purchasing a product but would like more information about making a decision. Types of inquiries include solicited, when a business or agency advertises its products or services, or unsolicited, if the recipient has done nothing to prompt your inquiry. The procedures for writing it. At the beginning of the letter, identify your purpose for help or information. In an unsolicited letter, identify who you are, what you are working on, and why you need the requested information, and how you find out about the individual or business. In an unsolicited letter, also identify the source that prompted your inquiry, for example, a magazine advertisement. That goes right along with the second bullet. List questions or information needed in a clear, specific, and easy-to-read format. In an unsolicited letter, find some way to compensate the recipient for the trouble. For example, acknowledge the recipient in your report or send him or her a copy of the report. In closing it, express gratitude for any help that the recipient can provide. In an unsolicited letter, tactfully suggest to the recipient how they will benefit by helping you. For example, through future purchases from the recipient's company. Don't forget to set your letter in standard format with date, greeting, closing, and contact information. Contact information is important and should be included in all types of inquiries. So that is the conclusion of Objectives 1.03 and 1.04 for Entrepreneurship 1.